Hey guys, Manny Sambal RC here. Today's video, I'm going to talk about how I went from homelessness to where I am today. I mentioned it in another short, and a couple of subscribers asked me to do so. By the way, thank you so much for your support in the beginning of this channel. I've been through a lot of hardships in life, just like everyone else. But on September 7, 2017, I was hit by a car, dragged across the street. My back hit the curb, it broke my hips and crushed my lower back. And I ended up in a wheelchair. And I was told that I wouldn't be able to walk again. And as you can imagine, for someone who used to do bodybuilding competitions and I used to play football and ride bicycle and play basketball, and I was a auto tech for my whole life, certified technician, it was a hard blow, and it cost me pretty much everything. And the worst part was when I had to close the apartment door with everything still inside of it. And I walked around. I didn't know what to do. You feel lost. You feel like you just all hope dissipates, and you don't see light at the end of the tunnel in a condition like that. Um, and it really took a toll on me emotionally, mentally, obviously physically. And all due respect to everyone's belief, but I just started praying and believing, because if you don't believe that what you're praying for is going to come true, then why pray anyways? And I knew that prayer is powerful, so I started praying. And I'm in a wheelchair, not knowing what to do, and being told by physicians that I wouldn't walk again. But I just kept praying. What else? What else did I have? What else did I have? And when I read in Matthew 11:28, to come to me, they're all burdened and who are heavy laden, and I was so tired, and I had so much stress, so much loneliness. I was really hungry, and I started feeling my legs. That was an amazing moment, and I started to pray more and pray more and pray more and pray more. And I went from the wheelchair to some crutches and then a cane. And I was so grateful because I was able to move, albeit with a lot of difficulty, a lot of pain. But I started believing more. Than when I pray, things happen. And it didn't get easier right off the bat there. I ended up still having to go to see family members to help them out, to them help me out. And sometimes you just, the situation puts you in a different state of mind, and all of your family's trying to help you. Some things don't just align. And I still ended up sleeping in the hallway of a building. I still ended up eating out the garbage. Things weren't easy, walking around wobbling everywhere. But when I prayed for opportunities, they don't come like we think, where it's just going to pop out of the blue. When you pray for an opportunity, God brings you a person, because opportunities come through people, because they're the ones who have the resources. And he brought me someone that took me to a career center, because they worked there and they knew what they were doing, and helped me go through the paperwork. And I ended up getting a grant to go to a CDL school for free. And I got my CDL license. And I needed somewhere to live though. So I prayed for somewhere to live. And that became a 2018 Freightliner Cascadia, my semi truck. I went from homelessness to living in my semi truck for a year and a half. But I had a bed, I had a little fridge. The truck has lights, it has heat, it has AC. I saved up a little bit, I got a little TV and put a couple speakers in it. My home was my truck. That was my rig. And then in the past 3 years, I was able to go from there to my humble apartment. Quitting is never an option. You want opportunities? God brings you people. Don't push people away, because your answered prayer could be in their hands. As always, believe in what you pray that will happen, and be safe out there.